Trash pandas are the cutest. Except for maybe red pandas when they get startled. That is seriously cute. Don't believe me? When you're done with this video, go search for them. But please watch me first. Hi, and welcome to Quilt Meets World, where we have adventures in piecing and joy. I'm Russ. Come on into my sewing room. So what's been going on? I'm calling the bathrooms complete. My electrician was here on Friday, and he got the lights in the bathroom completed. He also was kind of place the timer switch that we had put in there with the horrible blue lights. He's got those with the brand that does not time. There is a blue light on it, but it only blinks when you push the button. It blinks on whichever one you pushed, and then it doesn't show up again. So that is really nice. I've been my uh, bedroom door open into the bathroom for the master bath the past couple of nights, and it's strange, but I slept better. I don't know. I know that the fact that the door was there and open is just a mental, but I'm weird. I know he's still got a couple other things that he needs to do. He was able to do almost everything on the list that I gave him. I think the only thing left is the light switches in the hall, stairwell hall. I want to get those from the tap style down to a rocker style because it's this rocker. And then he's got the light over here in the sewing room over my embroidery machine to install. He's got the one up here installed. That is gorgeous. Uh, but he had difficulty trying to get a wire through a joist, and yeah, he had to give up to go visit my other neighbors. So he's going to come back and do that. I did threaten him that I buy a box of outlets and make him uh, basically replace the handful of outlets that have not touched in the rooms yet, uh, because he's replaced all the outlets in here now, including adding a pair of outlets from the kitchen outlets are all the same style. All the bathroom outlets are the same style. So it's just really it's outlets in the living room now and a couple outlets in the bedrooms. Things have been a little bit calmer at work. Instead of being, running 200 towards testing, we've gotten everything taken care of. And this past week was a lot of the finance community looking at the numbers and saying, this doesn't look like I expected it to. And we send stuff back saying, this is how you told us to map. This got mapped this way. If you changed, you need to let us know a month ago. Yeah, that's the joys of doing what should be a 2-year project in 9 months. We're running so much stuff in parallel. So we hope to get a lot of the stuff changed before we start running data loads, but I have a feeling these after the fact, since we are live next week, I think they're planning on going officially live. In here, it's been a little crazy. I did have to go and get the oops fabric for my kit for my Saturday sampler block. Uh, Saturday sampler block is done. And as you see, this yellow fabric is what I had to get the oops kit for. I was thinking about doing the orange fabric in there, but I think that would have been way too much orange in this block if I the orange in there. So I'm glad I went to the local quilt shop and said, "Hey, I need some oops fabric." I got in there Monday, and shop owner was like, "Ross, what are you doing here?" I said, "I need oops fabric." Really? I was like, It's been like 6 months since I last needed. I'm due. Yeah, I like I said, if I had the replacement fabric or if I had probably a different color line in there, probably would have worked, but hey, I did get the binding on my show and tell quilt done. Uh, I did machine binding, so if you look at the back, see the little bit of stitching like you see. I think it came out really nice. You'll see a better picture of it later because it's show and tell. And slightly more impressive is I got 108 half square triangle. I got them all pieced, sewn, and cut down. The only thing that's left is for me to rip the paper out because I triangulate them. Uh, and yeah, I got 108 done, and I got them done in like hours, which is a lot less time than it took for me to do the 80 something that I have cut out already for the other project when I'm using the strip tube. So yeah, triangulations I love. I did math, and for when I'm doing 4, 2, 4, 8, 8 at a time in there, I do 11 cuts to get 8 half square triangles style. Whereas when I'm doing the strip tube method, I have to do 16 cuts. So I'm saving 5 cuts for every 8 I'm putting together. I think that's part of how it buys so quickly. The other part is I'm more accustomed to lining up on a dark line, and I was kind of it and white thread on strip tubes just so that they look cleaner. I say stupid loosely because white thread is really what needed to be in there. So it's not like I had too much of a choice, but it's easier to line rulers up on something dark with a lot of contrast. So what am I going to work on this week? Uh, yeah, that's a good question. I know that I'm going to have all of these ripped off, and then I need to start pairing them up for the pattern. Pseudo flying geese in the pattern. So I need to get them all paired up so I know which way to press them. Press the left side one direction and the right side the opposite direction. So they kind of nest a little bit in the corners. The pattern doesn't say to do that, but I have looked at the pattern. I know what's happening with it. And I think that I will get a little bit better result if I do that type of a pattern. Plus, I'm using a yellow for my background, and I don't think that there will be much of a bleed through. Like if I ended up using white for the background, right? I definitely press towards the print just to try to keep that little bit of a shadow out of the picture. But with yellow, I think that will work very nicely. Uh, I don't think I'm going to try to focus too much on anything else. I want to just button down and get one project completely done. I think I did the math earlier today. I've got like 4 or 5 different flight, and they all came in flight because of my HD. And it was, started something because mine and other reasons caused me to not get it finished. So I want to start finishing this one and focus to finish other projects. So I'm not putting a lot on my plate this week. I want to sit and focus on one thing. Hopefully, have a quilt top. If not by this time next week, within 2 weeks, I hope to. So when something is half off, it's very, very difficult to say no, and especially if it is something for quite some time. Uh, when the enablers told me that this was on sale for half off, it it took no effort for me to end up. There was no. So I now have a Tula Pink butterfly kit. I don't know when I'm going to get to start it. It is one of those that I was very daunted when I saw this in the size, but then I've seen a couple videos on the blocks and realized they're not that bad. It's just the fact that there is a lot of them. Um, and there really isn't that many blocks, it looks like. I've skimmed through the book and it's a fairly straightforward everything. So I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to start it. And for show and tell, I did say that I had this local quilt shop. I don't think that this is going to show up well on the screen. So I am now going to show a photo from the quilt shop that was taken day of show and tell. It is Tula Pink fabric from her line. The project came from a sew sampler box. The fabric came with it, the pattern. I just have a fabric that went with it. It is a 42 by 42 quilt, so it's a little too big to be wall hanging for most anything that I have in the walls, but it's also a little bit too small for me to really consider that quilt for me being a larger person with a lap. So I don't know quite what's going to happen with this quilt yet, but either way, it's going to have wonderfulness all over it whenever it does make wherever it's going to go. In any case, that's it for what I have today. If you like the video, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to my channel. Until next time, stay happy and keep stitching.